Hello everyone, Burb here. With the Narita Top Road banner free polls going on, before people fully commit to the banner, I think it's high time for me to release this corrections video. That's right, I've already done a video on pulling for Admire Vega Guts SR, your odds of doing so, and the problems in committing to a banner just to pull an SR card. In fact, this video was the video that was my breakout video. It was reacted to by a larger UmaTuber, and the subscribers gained to it were what caused me to get past the 1,000 subscriber threshold, and I'm very thankful for that. However, this video is wrong. While the math inside the video was correct, it falls victim to what I like to call an input error, but is known in computer science more formally as garbage in, garbage out. It doesn't matter how correct your process is or how strong your system is. If you give it garbage, you're only going to get garbage out. So I was unable to get the correct answer because I had an input error. In Umamusume terms, it stands for glue in, glue out. In the video, the basis of the entire video is that Admire Vega Guts truly becomes a powerhouse when she's max limit break because she gets power bonus. This basically means that she's able to train both speed and power when pressing the Guts tab. It's a thing unique to this card that is not seen on pretty much any other card, and that is why she's so powerful. So, easy answer is you just pull 5 copies. We've gone through this. We go through the pull rates, we figure out it's 1%. This was correct. However, we calculated the guaranteed 10 pull SR rate to be 2.42% because it was 1 out of the 40 options. However, what I did not know at the time was that this scaled based on the original percentage chance. So because this was a highlighted banner option, this has a greater chance of appearing. Now that we have the actual numbers, 5.388%, we can now redo most of the math. I'm not just going to redo most of the math. I will go through a little bit more in depth than I did before so that we are learning something. I don't just want to rehash content for this particular instance. So what happens in our free pulls? We have our standard gotcha equation of 1 minus p, which is our chance of success, raised to the end. Okay? The thing that changed is that chance of success, which goes from 2.42% to 5.388%, and this gets propagated through in those 6 pulls that are the guaranteed SR pulls. So now our output is that in the 60 pulls, we have a 58.2% chance of getting a single copy of Admire Vega Guts SR. This is up from the 45.3% chance. So that's good news, and I think you're going to find a lot of good news here. When we went to multiple successes, it gets a lot more complicated. We use what's known as a Poisson approximation. I got the pronunciation right, I hope, that time. And essentially, what the basis of this is you calculate your expected value and you sum using this equation to find the failure chance, and p of 0, p of 1, exactly 0, exactly 1, exactly 2, exactly 3, all the way up to the number that you're trying to pull. The reason why the Poisson approximation works is because gotcha pulls have very low percentage chances of actually happening, and we usually do a lot of them. So the combination of those two means that this approximation is very close to the real life, much more complicated version of it. So the thing that changes is this expected value, because the second 6 times 0.538 rather than 6 times 0.0242. So we have roughly a 20%, 30% increase of our expected value. And as we'll see, we will change the numbers. I don't just want to rehash content, so hey, we're learning about factorials today. That's one of the 2 things. So for factorial, if you don't know, a factorial is essentially a number multiplied by all numbers beneath it, decrementing by 1 until you reach 1. It's just basically a simplification of a multiplication equation. So 1 factorial is 1, 2 factorial is 2 times 1 for 2, 3 factorial is 3 times 2 times 1 for 6, and you can get some funny math jokes as you go along. But the thing is with factorials is that they increase rather rapidly. You have, you're going from 3 to 120 in just between 3 factorial to 5 factorial, meaning that because this is in the denominator, it means that the effect of it's going to decrease massively. So we plug it into our Poisson approximation, which is our expected value raised to our iterative value. So again, we're starting at 0, going up to whatever number we're trying to go to, of e raised to the negative expected value divided by our iterative value factorial. So we plug in 0 and we see that expected value 0 raised to the 0. Anything raised to the 0 is 1 times e raised to the expected value divided by 0 factorial, which is also another special case. There is a proof for this, but I'm not going to go through it, but that also equals 1. So really it's just e raised to the negative expected value, or our new number for our exactly poles. So it has a 0.422% chance of getting nothing, which makes sense because it's 1 minus our 57.8% chance or whatever we had before. We do the same thing, but we now have a 1 as our iterative value. So now we're taking our expected value and we're multiplying it by e raised to the negative gamma. We've calculated this before. That's our p of 0. So we just multiply these two together for p of 1. P of 2, we do the same thing, but now we're squaring it. So now we're squaring our expected value, e raised to the negative gamma. So multiply by that and divided it by the, I didn't put it here, but it's times 0.422 here, divided by 2 times 1. We do the same thing, raised to the third, divided by 3 times 2 times 1 for 0.045. You see how these numbers are decreasing every time. Sorry, I didn't put the 0.422 every time. It's basically, we are converging closer and closer to 1 every time. And if we are trying to get how many to get a full MLB copy in X number of poles, you can see we just add them all together. We do the summation like we did in this equation here from 0 to 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we find we have a 99.77% chance of failure, which means that if you subtract it from 1, you have, for MLB, a 0.23% chance of getting MLB in the free poles, which means there's probably one of you that's done it. Post it in the comments. Enjoy. For most of us, what we're trying to go for is X equals 3 or more. So that's 4.5% rather than the previously calculated 3.3%. And I guess that if you have a third shard, which I think we're getting before the next CM anyways, we do have a 21.4% chance of just getting it in the 60 free poles. Okay. So these are up. The good news is that 3 plus is 36% better because it's 4.5% rather than 3.3%. However, it's still a very low chance. And if you're like me, and the game has a propensity of giving you other cards instead, because I haven't gotten one at all in the first 20 free pulls, I only have a 1.8% chance of success at this point. So I am not banking my entire thing on this card, and I'm going to have to figure out how to basically just do speed, power, wit decks, and that's perfectly fine. Like, this card is one option. Again, the point of that video, and the point I will reiterate this time, is that there is no fail-safe. You cannot pity this card. You can only pity Narita Top Road. And while the numbers are better, they are still very large. If you're pulling for 200, only half of us will basically, a little more than half of us will get 3 plus for it. So it goes from 225 down to 184 pulls. So I guess a set of 200, you're statistically more likely to get 2LB plus than before. In the first 200, it's still a 50-50 gamble. It's maybe a 60-40 gamble. But the thing is that you could just be the unluckiest person. I did say this before. What's the difference between 468 and 372 pulls? I guess it's a pity. But are you really wanting to spend 60,000 carats for Ayabe SR and still not get it 10% of the time? Same thing if you're the 1%er. It's 504 instead of 740. We're converging. Like, it's a lot nicer than 740. But hey, this is this is 75,000 carats, 695 pulls. I think it's still catastrophic for that 1 in 1,000 person. There's no failsafe. You could just be the unluckiest person. Don't seek out this card. You'll get it eventually. Guts is one strategy. Unless you know exactly what you're doing, are a massive whale that has infinite money, because hypothetically it could take infinite time. Very unlikely, of course. But you want to MLB Narita Top Road if you're pulling for this video. this banner. That's really the reason that you pull on banners, is for the cards that you can pity. And currently, you can only pity Narita Top Row. So if you like Narita Top Road, she is a good card in Make a New Track. She has a 4-month shelf life. That is perfectly fine. We have pulled for worse 4-month cards already. Narita Top Road is just fine to pull. So pull on this banner if you are willing and able to pull for Narita Top Row, which means 60,000 carats. I guess it's, 50,000 carats because we get 60 free pulls. But you need to double pity statistically to get it. This card's only good at MLB. So, really, I just wanted to correct this previous video just because it was my most popular video and there was a mistake in it. I know I've made mistakes before. This was a pretty quick video. I'm working on the Frontrunner guide. I hope you enjoyed the updated numbers. I hope you did learn something more than just the original video. I do try to do that. Thanks for watching. Burb out.